Hey guys, it's Kim. Welcome to my channel. How are you guys doing? I hope everybody's okay. How are we? I love you guys. I love everybody. Everybody needs love. Love is you, love is me. Okay, let me get into the topic. A lot of women when they're bored, okay, let me tell you something. A lot of women when they're bored or whatever, lonely and whatever. And the same goes for like men who you guys consider have options, okay? What they do is, since they have options, and since like mostly I'm talking about the women who are single, if women do this and they're in relationships, that's actually crazy. And I do not condone that. But what I'm saying is, in general, women often flirt or entertain something they're actually not really about. They're not really like, let's say they will entertain certain men that they feel like will give them a certain response. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is, you need to be careful who you give your attention to. Okay? They might be keeping you like attached by occasionally giving you some attention. All of a sudden this woman is texting you, all of a sudden you're like, oh wow, like she's showing me interest all of a sudden. That's a big sign that she is playing with you. Like, she is just bored and she is trying to get some type of attention. She probably did not get the attention she wanted from whoever she actually really wants the attention from, you know what I mean? And it's very sad, but it's the truth. Women tell each other that all the time, especially women who are not looking for anything serious, okay? A lot of men cannot really read the signs, or they would be like, okay, she's being nice to me, maybe she likes me. So sometimes a woman can just be this much nicer than usual than she is to you, and you will give her your full attention because you're like, oh wow, this is maybe a sign that she wants me now, or like maybe she sees like that I'm a good guy. Guys, you need to watch the signs. If it is only occasionally that she gives you attention, even goes as far as to call you and whatever, or ask you for favors or whatever, and like try to make you feel special in a way, that is kind of like a big sign that this girl does not see herself with you and is using you for, validation, attention, entertainment. She's bored. Like, I'm gonna be honest, there's women who do this and speak about it openly, okay? Oh, like I was just bored and I kind of like made a guy fall for me because I was bored. And I'm like, let me see if I can get this guy like, falling for me. But guys, this is the world we live in, okay? As much as we can cry about it, there are people that use their attractiveness, that use whatever, gets them their options to their advantage, and it can be with like bad intent. Not even bad intent, but maybe just for like selfish reasons, and not really care about the other person on the other end. You know what I mean? People these days are very selfish. What I'm saying is, you need to be, as a man, okay, so I'm a woman, and as a woman, all I have to say to men in the dating field, it is okay? I'm not saying it's easy out here, and I can never be in your shoes. So I'm not speaking because, I am not telling you this because I know what it is to be a man dating in this modern world right now. All I'm trying to tell you is how women think about certain topics, okay? And you'll see in my videos, it's very much women's perspective, okay? So whatever men tell you, maybe it's their experience, but sometimes it's cool to, of course it's cool to hear a man's perspective on these subjects, but at the end of the day, it's good to kind of hear both sides, because you are not that man. Let's say you're watching a man online. You are not that man, so you're not in his shoes. Whatever he experienced, maybe you will never experience it, or maybe you will, okay? But it's still his experience. And whatever you experience, maybe that guy will not experience it ever. And that's okay. We are all individuals, okay? And when I talk about women, I'm not trying to bash women. I'm not trying to, like, you know, put out some, like, negative things about women. But what I'm saying is the reality of the matter. The reality is there are good and bad people, men, women, okay? There are people who are attractive, who are super sweet, super nice. I actually get, you know, abused, walked all over on, whatever, you can name it, because maybe they do not see themselves as you see them. But there are very attractive people that maybe they grew up in an environment where they were always like, wow, praised, you're so good looking, you're cute, whatever, and people never say no to them. They grow up thinking like, I deserve everything. I deserve everything, anybody I want. And depending on how they were raised, maybe they have nothing to offer, nothing in return, and they just want to take and not give. A lot of people like to take, and there's nothing to give. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, well, my presence is enough for you. My presence is enough. So all I'm saying in this video with the blah, 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 and the blabbing and the yapping, because y'all know, if you know me, if you've been watching my videos, I'm a yapper. But this is me being myself, me being real. I want to be real, okay? I want to be real with you guys. You cannot control other people. What you can do is control your emotions, control how you think, try to control your mindset as much as you can, okay? Or, you know, manage them, okay? So if you are ready to date, or you're just like, you know what, I'm not gonna give up, because a lot of people gave up, and that's okay. You're allowed, okay? I'm not telling people to go out there and date if you're not ready or if you don't want to, okay? If you're ready to date and you're just like, okay, I have like no idea what to expect, just look for the signs, okay? If a girl just hits you up once in a while for things, she does not care about you like that, okay? A lot of these girls know that all you have to do is make a guy feel needed and, you know, give him a little attention, because guys say it all the time, women get automatically, like, a girl that can be, men say women in general, even if they're not that good looking or whatever, will get more attention than the average guy. At the end of the day, you have to be able to see who has good intentions and who is there to use you, okay? And that's when you cut them off real quick and you move on, okay? This is how you can have hope in dating. Do not entertain old habits where you got hurt. And sometimes when you feel like, oh, this feels familiar, like, oh, she reminds me of someone, like an ex that hurt you, it actually might not be a good sign. Sometimes it's actually a sign that this person might do the same thing as this person, or even worse, okay? Sometimes what's uncomfortable, what you're not really used to, okay, like, I'm dating this girl, but she's really not as toxic as other girls, but then, you know, this feels really different. You might want to try it out, okay? You might want to consider the girl who's a bit less all up in your face and causing fights every 2 seconds, you know? You might want to see where that can take you, all right? But anyways, all I have to say is watch out, take care of yourselves. Let me know what you think in the comments.